I'm actually very nervous to make this video right now. Like, I know it's a cliche to say it, but this is a hard video to make, and I've been putting off doing it for quite a while, but today I'm plucking up the courage and I'm doing it. So, yeah. There's gonna be some very deep and serious topics discussed in this, but last time I tried something like this, it got an overwhelmingly positive response, and you know what? I've got nothing to worry about. Today, I'm going to be discussing mean comments and abuse on the internet and how that affects me as a creator and my mental health. Now, of course, this is just my experience and different things affect different people differently. I just said differently like 10 times in one sentence. And I'm no means an expert about anything I'm talking about. If you do need help, especially under these current circumstances, do speak to a professional, and there'll be a document in the top line of the description providing worldwide mental health hotlines and resources. So first I want to talk about the internet's perception of mean comments or hate comments viewed by people that don't really receive them. That it's just people being mean to you and insulting you in every which way, calling you ugly, saying you sound annoying, I don't know, telling you to kill yourself, just unnecessarily horrible things. And I feel like a common stance is if you can't handle the hate, don't become a YouTuber, because this isn't just a new problem. Anytime there has been a public figure all throughout history, they will have come under scrutiny. And firstly, I just don't agree with this, because why should you accept being subjected to abuse because you're successful at something you love? Like, that's such a messed up attitude to have. But also, we're living in a modern era with comment sections, and now people can literally say things and you can see it on your phone seconds after it's been said. So essentially, it's way more easy to come across hate comments than it ever used to be. And I personally have been on YouTube since 2015. My channel first started getting success in 2016, and ever since then, hate comments have just been a regular part of my life. When I first started getting them, it didn't really affect me too much because it told me my videos were doing well and reaching a wider audience, and my views were skyrocketing. I didn't really care what people had to say. They were just jealous at the end of the day. Like, I assumed if someone is getting this angry over a Pixar theory video, their life is probably a lot worse than mine. And again, it was something I was just told you had to accept. But I think the landscape has slightly changed since then, and I'm seeing more public figures realize how messed up this is and actually speak out against it. Some examples are MPs who have been getting death threats finally speaking out and saying this isn't okay. I've seen Premier League players speak out against racist abuse they've seen online, and most recently I've been seeing musicians and actors speak out about this. Billie Eilish is a great example of someone who's at the top of the music industry right now, who in an interview recently spoke about mean comments she receives and how it affects her. And I've seen some of these comments that these people receive, and honestly, it's bad, and it kind of minimizes my problems, but it doesn't make them unimportant, in my opinion, because while all these people are at the top of their game, and most of these comments can just be considered jealous people, no one ever really seems to talk about getting hate comments when you're not at the top of your game. Or maybe they do and I just don't know about it because they don't have a big platform. Because while it's very easy to brush it off as jealousy while you're bringing in all the views, and that was me back in 2016, 2017, since then, my channel has really kind of declined quite a bit, and I'm still bringing in okay views, but I'm nowhere near where I once was, and now the hate comments feel a lot worse for me. Like, why would they be jealous? I'm not even thriving anymore. I've kind of fallen off. What's to be jealous of? And even get some of your own subscribers being mean to you, which hurts way more than someone who you know just doesn't watch your videos, because imagine if someone's gone and watched your videos and now they just don't like you. What have you done? How much have you changed to become this person that is unlikable to them now? And I feel like part of the problem is that with YouTube, you're putting your personality on display. It's very different to an actor or a musician where you like their work, but you don't really know them as a person. On YouTube, I feel like you know me as a person from watching my videos. I'm opening up right now and being open. That was a really good sentence for me. So therefore, you feel like you're more of a friend to your favorite YouTuber rather than a fan, which can lead to you being more brutally honest and just mean to them. But realistically, you're not their friend. The facts are there are going to be things going on in your favorite creator's life that you don't know about because you're not their friend, and you might think it's okay to send a kind of mean comment because, yeah, they can take it, but what if they just found out someone they're really close with died earlier that day? Or something like that, you know what I mean? And I can really relate to all this, because earlier this year, I was clearly going through something. I shaved my head, made a whole video addressing how I just wasn't feeling the best I've ever felt in my life, thinking that people would kind of understand that I wanted a fresh start and that hopefully they'd be a bit nicer to me, but they weren't. I actually stopped reading comments in January and February time because every single video, the top comment was some insult about my hair. And it got to me. It did. It really hurt. Like, even the ones that weren't being mean and just trying to be funny, I got sick of it. And it honestly makes you start questioning things, questioning everything. I was thinking, am I even cut out to being a YouTuber? I can't take this. And I honestly have at multiple points this year just thought maybe I need to pursue something different. And that's the kind of impact hate comments can genuinely have on your life. And the thing is, it's so easy to say, oh, well, just ignore it, but so difficult to actually do that. And every now and again, I will just go on Twitter and Reddit, search up my name to see what people are saying about me behind my back. And most of the time, that stuff is negative, which only makes my mood worse and gets me thinking, do I just have a hateable personality? Am I a dislikable person who's peaked and should just quit while they're ahead? With that all said, it should be addressed that there is a line between hate and criticism. Not all negative comments are bad. I actually actively encourage constructive criticism. It's so important if you want to improve your craft. The problem is the line differs from person to person, and some people don't even know where the line is. So if you're leaving a mean comment which is just kind of constructive criticism, you might think it's fine, but another person might interpret that as very hateful, and that's where the problem kind of comes in. For me, if it's something I can change that would improve my content, that is good. That is constructive criticism. I genuinely ask for that. A few days ago, I was filming my videos like this. I asked for you guys to bring me some constructive criticism about my setup. My friend Vegard actually gave me some constructive criticism and said how I should set it up, and here we are. I prefer this a lot more. That is good constructive criticism. But if you're just saying mean things about someone that they can't change, that is hateful. There's no other way of putting it. I have a high voice. I get so many comments about my voice, to the stage where I've actively tried to lower my voice in videos before so that I get less comments about this. How bad is that? How ridiculous is it that I feel the need to do that? I should just... Anyway, moving on, because there are more layers to this than just comments, and a thing I'd really like to talk about is commentary videos. A commentary video on commentary videos. Is this what this is? Commentary channels are a massive genre on YouTube, and if I'm honest, I really like a lot of them. I think the biggest commentary channels very much understand where this line between criticism and hate are. They're just calling public figures out when they've messed up, which I think they're totally entitled to do so. And I've done similar things with J.K. Rowling, who I called out last year, and I think that was a perfectly fine and very respectful video, while also hitting some major points of criticism that I felt she needed to be called out upon. However, I'm in a kind of lucky place where I've never been called out by a big YouTuber per se myself, and maybe if one of these creators I look up to did call me out, my opinion would change. I don't actually know, and I could only know if I had to find out, which I don't really want to. That's not so much to mean I think it would upset me, it's more that I hope I wouldn't mess up so bad that they would have to make a video on me. My videos at the moment are pretty harmless, so I'd have to do something really stupid to get covered. And that brings me on to responding to criticism, which is something I just don't think I'm very good at, because, believe it or not, I don't take it very well. I wish I could just take it all on the chin and move on, but I really struggle with it, and for that reason, I'm trying to work on it, because, believe it or not, I do know when one of my videos just isn't the one. Like, looking back at the last year, there are a couple videos I just wasn't happy with, and I came under criticism for both of them. Not on a massive scale, just from people commenting and stuff like that, but criticism nonetheless. We've got Will Fantastic Beasts Ever Get Finished, and I feel like I just got my head stuck in the views too much with this one. I'd just come off the bounce of that J.K. Rowling video, which did exceptionally well, and I thought, yeah, let's just bash everything Harry Potter, and that's just not the way forward, really. I knew this video wasn't my best from the minute it went live, and I actually remember a Reddit post being made about it saying they couldn't support me anymore, and I kind of could understand it. Just, I think I did take it a step too far, and that they were entitled to criticize me there. And I feel like I took the criticism on board, but I didn't really know how to respond to it. Like, do you take the video down? Because for me, that feels like you're kind of avoiding it, and I still agreed with some of the things I said in the video. I spent a lot of time on the video, so I didn't really want to take it down, but would that be the right way to respond? And a few months later, I did a Toy Story 4 video called All Toy Story 4 Criticisms Are Wrong, and I knew from the minute I was making this that this just wasn't good. Like, I had an idea of what I wanted the video to be, where it was very sarcastic while also tackling the criticisms I didn't necessarily agree with, but yeah, it didn't come off that way at all. It just looked like I was a salty fanboy that had no idea that there are opinions other than my own. And the comments all disagreed with me, showing that this wasn't my best work, but again, I didn't really know how to respond to this kind of criticism. I didn't want to take it down because the video wasn't harming anyone. I still agreed with some of the things I said, and I spent a lot of time on it. So this time I feel like I dealt with it a bit better by addressing the video in a later video. In my Disney Twist Endings video, I kind of addressed that video just wasn't it. But I know just as well as anyone that I'm biased when it comes to Toy Story films, and I shouldn't really compare them to other films in a video like this because it only ever ends one way. Wow, this is almost like witnessing my own character growth. 3 months ago, I was making videos about why Toy Story 4 is perfect, and look at me now. I'm a developed character. I know not everyone who saw the first video is going to see the other one, but it's just trying to show that I've grown as a person since then, and I feel like that's all kind of part of the YouTube journey, you know? Anyway, to try and tie this back around to commentary channels is that even if they are being very fair and critical, and you can take this criticism on your shoulders and do it better than I can, apparently. My biggest fear would be the influence it has on their audience, and even if they are being very fair, some of the audience might have a different bearing of where this line to hate and criticism is, or not know where the line is, and therefore start hating on people that these people who have made the commentary channels did a video on. That sentence definitely didn't make sense. And that's kind of where the balancing act comes in. Is it so bad that you feel like you have to call them out and it's worth just a tiny portion of people maybe hating on them? And in some cases, it is. I don't think anyone deserves hate, but we've all seen YouTubers and celebrities do stupid things in the past and will continue to do stupid things in the future because no one's perfect. And I think when that happens, people have a right to be mad at them, so people also have a right to call them out. With that said, I'm not a fan of cancel culture. Like, I do believe some people don't deserve their platform, but if they do something bad and don't lose their following, there's not much we can really do. And if you're just sending them abuse for the rest of their life, they're probably never gonna learn from it. So you should try and encourage people to be better people and therefore be a better influence on their audience. That is my way of thinking about it. Maybe people are gonna disagree with me on that, but I don't know, hot take, cancel culture is not worth it. And I feel like that nicely brings us on to the conclusion. What can we do to stop mean comments from being so common as they are now? And while we're never gonna be able to get rid of all of them because different people have different opinions on what is okay and what's not, and there's always gonna be this debate about if we take away what people can and can't say, it's taking away freedom of speech, which, I don't know, it's an interesting debate. Should you be free to hate on other people? How can the social media platforms even stop you? There are so many questions that just we don't have answers to right now. And I don't have enough influence to change how things are, so I guess the only thing I can leave you with is to try and be more positive on the internet. If you're thinking of writing something relatively negative, think about what the person on the other end of that might be going through. It's such a small thing, and it might just seem obvious to most of you, but it makes a difference. And I myself am trying to do the same thing. I look back at some of my old videos over the last few years and I'm not even sure I like myself, and that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm trying to become a better person every day, a person that I can look back on and actually like. So yeah, with that, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. You can support me on Patreon by clicking here. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking here. You can watch another video by clicking here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.